talk. No. Stop talking, actually. I was expecting good news, not whatever it is you're trying to tell me right now. Am I remembering correctly when I say that your job title is Head of Talent Acquisition? Right. That's a title that came with a lot of money, I believe. So, why is it we're wasting time? We're not wasting time, are we? It's a rhetorical question, Mark. Preferably, you would just say, "No, sir," and tell me how you're going to kick down every goddamn door and acquire the talent which you were supposed to be in charge of bringing into the fold, rather than wasting my time with excuses. If there's somebody we want, and they prove to be difficult, you don't come to me crying about it. You break them and send me the contract for approval. I know you can do the job, Mark. I wouldn't have hired you if you couldn't. Don't worry about hurting anyone's feelings. I'm the one who'll soothe any wounded feelings and any aches when the breaking is through. Trust me. These bratty types just need a firm hand or they'll walk all over you. Now, grit your teeth, and come Monday, I expect to be putting ink to paper on our latest high-profile client. Yes. And afterwards, I'll even take you out for dinner. I'm already making reservations. Right now. Yes. Now, go make me proud. What a fucking idiot. Hello, Trish. Be a dear and put in a reservation for 2 at the Bellevue on Monday, 8 p.m. 2. Yes, I will be celebrating with Mark. He just told me how well the talks with Ben What's-His-Face have been going. Yes, the fellow in the memes you love to use when you're complaining about your boss on Twitter. I see all, darling. You know this. Legal's new hire is in the waiting room, yes? Do they look miserable? Nervous? No? Good. That's refreshing. Send them in. Not now. I never thought I'd be cutting my own paychecks and still have to work 2 jobs. Never thought of a lot of things, I guess. Oh. Didn't even knock first. Relax. It's not a test. You already got the job. And signed a very lucrative contract at that. Walk in like you own the place. Beats all the timid people who cross my threshold these days. Hello. I'm Auron. No. Please. Please do not use that name with me. That was his name. I'm just Auron. We spoke briefly at your final interview, but those are hardly proper introductions. I mostly just make an appearance to get a read on people. What read did I get on you? Well, you're either inquisitive or keen on praise. Both are admirable traits in my eyes. Oh, but if we're not talking about right this instant, if I recall, I was impressed with your ability to advocate for yourself. You didn't just think you were qualified. You thought you were capable of doing damn good work here. You had clearly thought about what you would do with your position and how you could make it your own. Not just a spot for you to fill. And you have a very nice laugh. It may have been a bit selfish, but there's not much laughter in this place. I'm a serious man. I take pride in what we've built here. I take pride in being good at what I do. And sometimes people find me unapproachable or cold. I've earned that. But if I could hear a laugh like that around the office sometime, I thought maybe it would serve to make me smile a bit more. Oh, well, keep that up and maybe it'll be me laughing. You're right. I didn't hire a jester. Quite the opposite. Our legal department has taken a hit with some misfortune. Retirements, sudden illness, one particular individual who I found doing cocaine in the bathroom at the quarterly corporate shindig. Huh? Oh, no, recreational drugs aren't the problem. Being so damn foolish as to do a line of blow off of a hooker's ass in your boss's private bathroom without locking the door is the problem. In short, you have an unfathomable backlog of work to sort through, a heaping pile of unreasonable expectations before you, and soul-rending crunch on the horizon. And every other person that sat in that interview chair looked like they'd try and tackle it the same damn way as everyone else. But you had ideas. You had your own way of doing things. So you're in. And if you need anything from me or the team to get things done, any assets or aid, you say the word. I'll do what I can. What can you do for me? Well, if you are looking to procrastinate, I suppose I could go for a coffee. Black. Very hard to get it wrong. Oh, no. Fetching coffee is beneath you. All right, well, shame. I could go for an old-fashioned shoe polishing, but I'm all out of polish. You did mention that you are a problem solver, though. Maybe you could improvise something. Oh, no dice there either. Shame. It would seem that you just need to go get to work then. Good chat. Trish will show you to your office, and you'll find a memo with prioritized tasks in your inbox right about now. Thank God for scheduled emails. Now, good luck and good day. Interesting. But there's no time for that. Another phone call. All right. Derek, did you actually let my call go to voicemail? I know you and your ilk don't necessarily operate on 9 to 5 hours, but you know better than to disappoint me. Or I thought you did, but it's been weeks, and I've heard not a single fucking peep out of you about our little problem. Meanwhile, the numbers continue to not add up. Maybe you want to spare me the disappointment of bad news, but it's the lack of good news that bothers me. Either way, I need a status update, And if you're short this month, you may find that our arrangement may become needlessly complicated when I carve my pound of flesh out of you. Also, next time I see you, if you're not wearing something other than that disgusting dollar store cologne, I will personally scrub you raw and introduce you to some aromatic culture. Thank you for your time. Stop wasting mine. Hello, Trish. Yes, happy Monday indeed. Always the first back from lunch. Like clockwork. Can always count on you. Speaking of people I can and can't count on, would you be so kind as to deactivate Mark, former head of talent acquisitions, ID badge? No, we are no longer in need of his services. I do recall mentioning that he was doing a fine job last week. I was lying. I thought speaking it into reality might work, but Mark's incompetence seems to be the one thing on this earth that is bested my tongue. Parking space. We'll see who gets his parking space when the dust settles. What's wrong? Not happy with yours? Oh, come now, you know you're the only person I trust to park next to me. You want to move away? You're right next to the door. You would never scratch my car. No, I trust you. What do you mean I act like that's a dirty word? No, I mean that. And yes, this does mean that your memeable Hollywood fellow will not be signing with us. A shame, I know. Though, on the bright side, he can keep looking miserable in paparazzi shots, and you can keep posting memes without fear of corporate repercussions. Not that I would ever consider that. Changing the subject so soon, Trish. Avoiding this subject? No. The missed calls. Leave that brat guessing for now. I'll tend to him on my own time, not his. Thank you for handling that. I know he's difficult. Oh. And the dinner reservations. No, don't cancel it. They like me there, and I'm not going to let Mark's failure keep me from a good meal. Actually, what do you say? Care to... Oh. Huh. Plans, of course. No, you're a busy woman, I understand. Thank you for humoring me, at least. Do I have anything else on the agenda for today? Legal's new hires already asking for a meeting. Well, I did tell them they could come to me for anything if they needed something. Well, yes, I did. No, Trish, please, I'm on my best behavior. I've been told that I can be intimidating and unapproachable and incredibly handsome. I'm trying to assuage at least two of those impressions. Nah, yes, nothing to be done about the unapproachable bit, huh? You're funny. You're funny, Trish. Fair enough. Send them in. You know, I had a feeling you'd throw yourself at that mountain of work, but Skipping lunch when you haven't even been here a whole week seems a bit excessive. What's up? No, I don't go out for lunch usually. But I get by with a protein bar and some fruit. The rest of my appetite is taken care of after hours. But you're not here to ask me about my eating habits. You need something, do you not? Yes, this room is private. What exactly is it you're wanting to talk to me about? Numbers. Why does legal want to talk to me about numbers? A post-it note. And this handwriting belongs to Ethan. Ethan was your predecessor. What about it? Yes, I can read. This appears to be a list of specific documents to take a look at. A little crumb left by a desperate man who didn't know when to leave well enough alone. This is nothing to me, but what I do find curious is that you brought this to me. I'm not surprised. I am not alarmed. I am not moved by the last gasps of someone who couldn't run with the wolves. Ethan wasn't suited for this line of work, you see. Ethan had been here for quite a while. Ethan knew me. And I knew Ethan. But you don't know me. And you brought this directly to me. Here, take it. You want to know what you'd find if you followed that trail? I'll tell you. You know the NDAs you've signed, and the repercussions of breaking them. You see, I am unbothered by truth. Our numbers are off. There have been unforeseen hitches in the business, and we've been playing fast and loose with our quarterlies. The course is set to be corrected by this time next year, and if we're careful, it won't even be a blip on anyone's radar. That I'm confident of. Before you go on, let me assure you of something. Our company has been around for a long, long time. We've evolved, adapted. Before me, my father was paving the way for where we are today. We've faced plenty of storms. This, what's on that note, is nothing. Certainly nothing that I can't handle. Now, do with the note what you will. Keep it if you'd like. The real question is, are you as unbothered by truth as I am? And judging from your choice to come here with this, to come to me, you simply wanted to know what you were dealing with. Then I will tell you. There are fail-safes in place. There are layers to this. Why am I so calm? Because you're calm now too, aren't you? All of that doubt, all of the fear, that little tremble that was in your hand as you extended that note to me. Gone. I am a leader, and I am unmoved. This is exactly what I am built for. I've had to blur lines, and I've had to take what others would not give willingly, and I've had to become things that I never dreamed of being. When you look into my eyes, you see it, don't you? Sacrifice. There is a great deal about me that you don't know. But you can trust one thing. Trust that the prices that I've paid are more than enough to protect everyone in my employ. You don't want to keep it? No need. Very well. Waste bin is right over there. Rookie, you are the right person for this job. Again, if there's anything I can... What? I'm in the middle of... Wait. Who's here?
Hey, Mr. Too Good to Answer My Damn Phone.
You're one to talk. Mother has been trying to speak with you for months.
She's not my mom, and you're deflecting. You're not going to push me aside and let your peons deal with me anymore. Oh, was I interrupting?
You are.
Oh, good. Inconveniencing you seems fair given the circumstances. Goodbye, peon.
You know, it really is no wonder your numbers are so impressive, kid. You're so personable. You have a real way with people. Sorry, Rook. This is a family affair. On your way out, tell Trish to order you some food.
Would you tell her to order me a coffee, too? Specifically a...
Faust!
Never mind. You're doing the bare minimum. First, I can't get a hold of you. And now, today, Mark won't even answer his phone. I'm sick of being an afterthought. Why is no one working on brand deals for me? Or working on promotions or anything?
The bare minimum. Right. Mark was relieved of his duties today, and I'm certain, if nothing else, he's thankful that he won't have to put up with your petulance any longer. An afterthought? To who? To the people you think owe you something? Of course. Why shouldn't the prince get his due?
You said it, not me.
You want to know why you're not getting sponsorships, why you're not blowing up despite all of your perceived talents and charm.
Enlighten me, O wise one.
Because you are impossible to work with, because everyone who tries to collaborate with you finds you abrasive and inflexible. Because you've got a silver spoon wedged so far up your ass, you can't even see straight.
Says you? The one who inherited this entire company from my father. CEO, no degree. Didn't have to go out and prove yourself. You had it all handed to you. And you should thank me for it. All right, relax. Relax.
Things have been busy. And I knew that the moment you started pulling your shit, you'd step on a landmine. So I tried to spare you that. Just understand that you have not made it easy to sell you, At a glance, it should be the easiest thing in the world, but you have a bit of a reputation now. You are rude, flippant, and selfish. I don't fault you for that. Fuck it. We should all strive to be so sure of ourselves, but not at the expense of being blind to your shortcomings. It's a wonder you get enough oxygen to fill that big head of yours all the way up there on your high horse, you know. I've had to protect myself for years. I had to build these walls. I didn't want anything handed to me. Then why are you here, Faust? Why are you really here? To act out? Cause a scene? Just mad that you're not getting more attention than you already are? Are you not comfortable? Do you not have everything you need? I'm here because I work just as hard as anyone else, and I deserve the same opportunities. If I've been hard to work with in the past, I've gotten over that. Clearly. How could I not see that, given how mature and well-adjusted today's meeting has been? I'm like this because you piss me off. Even I couldn't give off such a smug aura. Not even on my worst days. You've always had a problem with me. You always avoided me. Never even tried for me. Your mom tries to be sweet, but it's never felt real. It's always forced. Always an attempt at making amends for poor little Faust, alone in the world with his dead daddy's money and no one to love him. You listen closely, brother. You want to be a victim. You want to be so damaged and wronged. Utter one more word about her, and I will make you a victim. You don't want pity, and I can respect that. But what I can't respect is how determined you are to be a pathetic, insolent, ungrateful little shit. You would be lucky to have her in your life. One of us should. Just who do you think you're trying to scare? I know you. I watched you. You were just some quiet nerd, always with your nose in a book. And now I'm... what? Supposed to believe you could make a victim out of me? Please. I don't know why I even bothered. You don't give a shit. You want to blow all that hot air and try to intimidate me? Go on. Let it all out. Sounds like you need therapy. Life has not been fair to anyone. Fairness is a dream conjured up by those naive enough to believe we live in a world where things don't have to be taken if you want them. I am not ignorant to what you have faced. If I truly didn't give a shit, I would have seen to it that your silver spoon was ripped away from you, and you actually had to learn something about struggle, about sacrifice. You're just as dramatic as I am, you know that? Real, theater kid energy you got there. You have always acted out to get my attention. You couldn't stand that I could see through you. You didn't see through me. You didn't see anything at all. You could never be bothered. You're right. And that's it? You're okay with that? That you couldn't be bothered, period. Even now. Even with me kicking your door in, you've got nothing. Nothing for me. That does appear to be the case, doesn't it?
You... Look, I'm not blind to my issues, okay? I know I'm a piece of work. But you're a real cold asshole, you know that?
I am who I chose to become, and you have made your choices as well.
And what about the choices made for me, brother? What am I supposed to do with all of that?
You're supposed to fight, preferably not against the only people in this life who want to support you. Now go.
Fine. Just fine.
Fuck. That damn brat. Trish, put me through to the rookie in legal. Everything's fine, just do it. Hello. No, this isn't about that. I would like your company this evening. I have a dinner reservation for 2, and I thought I'd be going alone, but now I would much rather have someone to speak with. Someone who is unmoved by truth. Appropriate? No, maybe not. Maybe it's far too much of an ask for someone in your position. Or maybe fuck the optics and come enjoy a nice meal with me. I'm glad. This evening, I'll pick you up. Oh, no, I know your address. Should I not? I hired you. I know things. Or at least I have people who know things. I'll be seeing you. Good evening, Rook. Sorry for arriving before you, and ordering a bottle for myself, and opening it. I never said I was a gentleman, but I will pull out your chair for you. Savor this moment. It is the only time I will ever make anything up to you. You clean up nice. Had I known you were going to dress to kill, I would have changed clothes after work. Well, to be fair, my wardrobe is almost exclusively black suits. Keeps things simple. Appropriate for a nice dinner, a business meeting, a funeral, every occasion. No, I wouldn't say I attend many funerals. The last would have been my father's. For everything else, there's a gift basket. What? Cold? Trust me, ask around the office a little bit, and I'm sure most would tell you that they'd prefer it if I didn't show up to anything. I found that my reputation began to improve when I started spending just a little more on the parties and stopped attending them. As it turns out, I am a bit of an acquired taste. You're inquisitive. I like that. No, I do not often invite employees out to dinner. It's also rare for anyone I care to spend an evening with to decline my invitation. Unless I fired them after making the reservation. In which case, I suppose, I don't blame them. Though, frankly, the food here is pretty damn good, and would be worth the awkward silence even if they chose to join me despite their employment status. Honestly, I'd probably give him his job back if he had the balls to pull a stunt like that. But he's working on a cover letter, and you are here. Why is that? Would you rather not be? Exactly. I've noticed that about you. You would say no if something made you uncomfortable. You see, I'm used to hearing yes, and I do like hearing yes. But it feels like people, be they employees or associates, think that just saying yes actually means yes. But the truth often betrays them. You can tell when the confidence isn't there, when it's simply appeasement. Again, I do like to be appeased, but not out of intimidation or someone assuming they'll get ahead by not being a hindrance. I recognize how odd it is to be invited to dinner like this by your boss on a whim. I promise, I'm not trying to dodge your question. You asked why? Then I'll tell you. Because my little shit of a brother got under my skin, and I cope with my frustration in various ways. Sometimes, those ways aren't healthy. Other times, I just want to enjoy a meal with someone who intrigues me. That's it. I want to pretend to be normal for an hour and a half, set aside all of my bullshit, and act like everything is fine. Then I'll say goodnight, send you on your way home, and I'll get back to work. I wouldn't say that's all I want, but tonight, it is all I need. Ugh. No, it's nothing important. It's not my brother. He's sulking, seething. We've been through this song and dance plenty of times. He'll start sniffing around again in a week or two, but no phone calls. That's not a very common occurrence. I hope you'll appreciate that I trust you enough to say no when it comes to answering any more questions about the family. I do think it takes trust to say no. More people would say no to me if they trusted that I wouldn't reprimand them for their disobedience. True enough, some people do like that. I don't have time for brats, whether they're my sibling or plaything or anything else. Too forward? Sorry. A glass of wine and I become ever so slightly worse at pretending I'm not a deviant. What would Trish think? Now, it takes a lot to catch me off guard, but I did not expect that. Did you speak with her? Oh, don't tell me she warned you about me. Oh. Oh. She asked you to be kind. No, it's not out of place. It's very nice of her to look out for me. She's done that for quite some time now. She hasn't explicitly asked me not to tell anyone, but... What? No, it's nothing like that. She was my nanny. Oh, goodness. No, that thought has never crossed my mind. She's been a part of the family for so long, and I really couldn't think of anyone else I'd rather have as my secretary. She knows me well, and she saw today's altercation with my brother, so I'm sure she was worried about me in her own way. I did try to invite her. She just knows to keep her distance. Well, if she thought that you should keep your distance, she would have said so. Lord knows that woman has intervened in my plans a time or two. So, if she thought you'd be alright serving as my distraction for this evening, I'd say you're in good hands. Yes, distraction. I'm not trying to be romantic, I'm trying to be honest. Oh, a joke. That's funny. Oh, you think I'm awkward now? Good. We can keep it that way and order our food. Wait, why is he calling me? No, it's someone else. Someone who knows better. You know I'm off the clock. So, slow down. Yeah, I heard you. Look, I'll call you when I'm back in the office. Well, it seems to me like you're lucky I answered in the first place. Relax. You'll hear from me soon. Nothing I can't handle, just work. Why, yes, I do have 2 phones. Listen, rookie, I do appreciate that inquisitive nature of yours, but keep in mind that knowing everything can spoil the fun. If you're going to start keeping tabs on me, don't tell me every little observation you make. I want you to keep me on edge. So, how about we order? I hope this all isn't too odd, being chauffeured around like this. What? What's that look for? Uber? What's an Uber? That was a joke. I do make jokes, you know. I don't know if they're actually any good, but I have to keep myself entertained somehow. No, I don't mean tonight. Tonight I have been fairly entertained. My intuition was right about you. What I'm trying to say is, when you keep people at a distance, the silence can be deafening. So, I'm used to humoring myself. You should be honored. Oh, just a bit of an asshole? I'm off my game then. I prefer it when people find me reprehensible. I don't know if I'd necessarily call it endearing, unless you're a masochist. Oh, it seems like my intuition really is right about you. Nothing at all. But you're not the only one who makes observations, Rook. I have enjoyed this. Pretending I'm normal. It's not the kind of thing that I'm ever going to get used to, but at midnight, I will turn back into a pumpkin. Or a prick, if this fairy tale was adjusted for accuracy. No, I wouldn't call it an act. Not at all. There's something you need to understand. I am not a sad little boy hiding behind a mask, playing pretend because I'm scared of being hurt. I am the hurt, Rookie. I damage things. People. I'm not protecting myself. I'm selfish. I would choose me over everything else. It's a truth that I've come to terms with. So, if there's one selfless thing I can do, it's maintaining this distance. Oh. No, you can laugh. Call me edgy. Do whatever you'd like. Your ignorance is my comfort. But what you saw when you brought me your clever little post-it note, that was me. And what lies beyond that is me. As fun as it might be to imagine that there's some sort of silver lining, or that I'm fixable, or that, heaven forbid, you or anyone else could have a prayer of changing me. That's not what this is. This has all just been a reprieve from what's to come. It's not too hard to understand, is it? Have you not enjoyed spending an evening with me? The company of someone beautiful, witty, and a bit of an asshole in their own right. For a couple of hours, I got to forget how much bullshit is on my plate and how many messes I will inevitably have to clean up. It takes a lot to make me push those thoughts to the back of my mind, but you have scratched those itches for me. My eyes. What about them? Shut up and look at you. Well, no, I definitely won't. Grabbing my chin so suddenly. Oof. You have a lot of nerve, Rook. I'm looking. But while we're awkwardly locking eyes like this, let me be very clear about something. I do not play games. If something pushes my buttons, I break it. I have a limited amount of ways that I'll go about doing so, and some of them are mutually beneficial. I'm intrigued by you, but if the way I'd prefer to go about dealing with you isn't on the table, I'm really not interested. No, I'm not talking about Mark. Mark is jobless. I promise you that if he knew what I am, he'd be thankful for the kindness. His likely brief bout of unemployment is a minor inconvenience to him. When I want to inconvenience someone, when I really want to be a problem, I create problems that can't just be solved with a job application. I create problems that get solved in therapy. What I'm saying is, I don't suffer fools, nor do I believe you are one. But I don't have time to play games. If you want to press my buttons, I am inclined to press back. But I also respect boundaries. But the way that I press back isn't for everyone. Just because you've read a few books about scenarios and fantasies like this doesn't necessarily mean you're equipped to participate. Sometimes people are best left on the sidelines, watching. A deal? I'm really not in the mood to cut some sort of... the Christmas party. You'll leave me be, but want me to come to the Christmas party. No. Most of my aforementioned mutually beneficial bouts of shit-stirring don't surprise me. I told you that the team enjoys it more when I'm not around. Oh. It's for you, not for them. I guess I'm not the only selfish one here tonight. Very well. I will turn back into a pumpkin, and in 2 weeks, we'll meet again. If Trish asks, tell her I was horrible. Tell her it was a complete disaster. The fact that you'll tell her anything at all will clue her in. There's no hiding anything from her, but she'll at least get a laugh at the thought of me failing miserably. Oh, this is you, huh? Nice place. Are you going to get out, or, Again, a joke. Thank you for the evening, and for putting up with my theatrics. Oh? Well, no, it's not quite midnight. But I have business to attend to. Were you really considering inviting me up For coffee, I presume? Oh, to see if my bite was as big as my bark. I suppose you'll just have to wonder. 2 weeks isn't too long of a wait. Good night, rookie. Come in. You are a sharp one, Rook. Bringing me another drink as a peace offering for, I assume, chasing me here to my office is the one way to make sure I don't tell you to go get your ass back on the karaoke machine and leave me alone. Hate to break it to you, but I've got my drink of choice already. Had to break into my stash here in the office. Well, I certainly didn't cheap out on the booze we put in the punch, but I like something a bit more stiff, shall we say. Stiff on the dance floor? You're lucky you even got me to tap my foot to the beat. But sure, it was nice to see everyone enjoying themselves. No, they didn't seem too bothered by my presence. Then again, acting utterly repulsed by my presence seems like it might be bad for one's health. In terms of longevity here at the company. You're arguing a moot point, my dear. I realize that if I opened up, they would enjoy me. They would enjoy me very much. I dare say I'm completely capable of being a charming, pleasant individual to be around. But I have no desire to make friends or come down from my ivory tower. The distance is a comfort. And yet... and yet, here you are. We agreed to fuck off and leave each other alone until tonight. And you've mostly been well behaved. Yes, mostly. I've seen you stealing glances at me since that night. Perhaps visualizing me as a Cinderella-style carriage. Oh no, I, unfortunately, have not forgotten my analogy from the ride home that night. Trust me, that's why I don't drink wine regularly. It makes me silly. Better stiff than silly. Your words, not mine. Though I assure you, stiffness isn't a problem either way. But you're right. You have played it cool. Mostly. I commend you for it. I've wondered, have you felt me watching you? Only briefly, but... well, we've spoken about truth before, so I'll feed you as much honesty as you can stomach in this case. I've thought back to our night, the drive home. What could have happened if I took you up on your offer to come inside? The thought of taming that unruly nature of yours. Oh, you'd be amazed what I can do when I wield a loose cannon. when I learned the ins and outs of you. It was tempting, but the truth is that I make questionable choices when I'm stressed, when I'm dealing with things. Damn the repercussions. Just take what is given and indulge in the thrill of it all. A distraction. A balm to soothe the pain in my ass, if you will. But I've taken your measure and found that you're worth more than a simple chewing up and spitting out. I know that might sound cruel, but creating boundaries like this has kept things neat and tidy for me. Well, as much as possible, even if those boundaries are wrapped in barbed wire, set on fire, coated in poison, surrounded by landmines and red flags. You know, that sort of thing. Indeed, that was a joke. A bit dark, but the honesty is meant to disarm you, you see. Do you feel disarmed? Not by jokes. Then by what? The way I look tonight. Oh, it's this pin here, isn't it? A festive pin always gets people's loins a-brewing. That's what I told Trish, at least. No, she did not laugh. She jabbed the pin into me and walked away, actually. But if it's not the pin, tell me, what is it about me that has disarmed you tonight? The hair. Oh, I see now. Like it, do you? Thank you. I felt like it would at the very least be appropriate to style myself differently if I couldn't be bothered to wear an ugly sweater. That, and, well, you see me around the office all the time. I wanted to give you something else to ponder, in case you grew tired of pondering the same old thing while waiting for tonight. Not bored in the slightest. I see. Rookie, that night after dinner, did you think of me then? What about the night after that? What about while you were on the clock? When I'd strut through your department? When I'd lean over your shoulder to check your work? When you felt me close to you, my breath grazing past your ear? Did you get hot for me? No cold nights for you this holiday season, Good. That's the best gift you could give me. Your longing. And I'm afraid my gift to you may be a bit less than satisfactory. My thought was that tonight I would make good on my swelling desires to absolutely wreck you. But recent developments require my attention. I thought that I could simply let go of control for one evening to savor the satisfaction of your undoing. And I would savor it so. But that's not in the cards. Not tonight, at least. Trust me, if what I was having issues with was something I could set a few of my hounds on here at the office, it would have been done the moment I saw the opportunity. But my hands are a bit tied in this case. The dominoes are falling, and I'm not in a position to do anything about it. The best that I can do is monitor the situation and make my next move count. Patience is often rewarded, and choosing carefully the moments when you go on the offensive can be equally rewarding. So, what? Are you not going to interrogate me again? You loved asking 20 questions before, now it's, I understand? Oh, good God. Keep that up and this is only going to get more difficult for me. If I may be so bold, I find you to be fun. Not everyone can play ball with a man like me. Hell, not everyone should. But I enjoy this. No, I'm not going to stay in here and brood all night. I wanted to see you and speak with you like this, candidly. This time of year, I don't necessarily let anyone come too close, you see. If I could pass out from Thanksgiving dinner and wake up on New Year's Day, I would. I won't be dropping my childhood trauma into your stocking, don't worry. All of that is buried now, and I remain. Along with the office parties, ugly sweaters, and you. Wait, Rook. I wasn't sure if I'd bother asking you this or not, but it is just us here, so would you care to dance? Yes, here in the office. We're not exactly going to go rocking around the Christmas tree, but I want to feel you. So, shall we?